Hello, and for the final reading for today is chapter 28, Under the Cover of Darkness. Now, would you like to know what Aunt Alberta was growing in the greenhouse?
Yes.
Thought you might. Even you. This greenhouse sat at the end of the long sloping lawn of Saxby Hall. Alberta had blacked out the windows. Do you remember that from right at the beginning?
Yeah.
By painting all the glass black and putting huge metal padlock on the door. I'm just going to remind you from the beginning of the story, which was in chapter 1, ages ago.
Yeah.
And I showed you the greenhouse. It was blackened out, if you can remember that. Chapter 1. It was strictly out of bounds to Stella, as it was to everyone else in the family. Wonder what she was growing in there. Absolutely no one was allowed in there, not even Wagner. Once a young Stella asked her aunt how these plants could thrive without sunlight. She was told, "These particular plants only grow in the dark." This only served to make the girl even more intrigued as to what was inside. But Alberta guarded her greenhouse jealously, and Stella could never even sneak a peek. Of course, Alberta had been growing the lurking death plant there for 10 years. Waiting for the right time to put its poisonous seeds to use. It was just one of many rare plants that Alberta had been growing under the cover of darkness for decades. They were secret plants, which very few people in the world knew about. They were all so deadly that Alberta had to tend to them in her thick leather gloves. These are just some of the plants that grew in the greenhouse. The black rose. Beautiful to look at, but if you put your finger on a thorn, beware. They contain a venom so strong that it could kill an elephant. Fatal fruit. These purple dangling fruits would take one bite out and they would take a bite out of you. The bush of doom. Legend has it that the bush's branches could strangle a grown man to death. Voodoo ferns. These plants could be burned in ancient magic rituals to commit evil. Witch's moss. A noxious smelling moss that could lead to severe choking and even death. Whispering lilies. These were known to whisper bad things about you when your back was turned and slowly send you mad. Creeping conifers. Known to move around in the dark before they pounced. Hypnotic hydrangeas. These could make you lose weight or stop smoking, but they were equally likely to hypnotise you into committing terrible crimes. Cruelberry. This sweet smell made many people believe that cruelberries were safe to eat. One tiny bite would kill you instantly. Hissing orchid. When you bent down to sniff it, it would squirt poison at you. And let's look at these. Let's return back to the story. Right now in the kitchen, Detective Strauss is breaking into a terrible sweat. The man had mentioned the lurking death plant as part of Stella's proposed police statement. How on earth had he known about that? Stella had only supposed her parents had been poisoned. She didn't know exactly how. It was all coming together, wasn't it? In the girl's mind now. The ground-up seeds of the lurking death plant must have been what Alberta had put in the family's tea that fateful morning. That was why Stella blacked out. That was why the Rolls Royce had crashed. Poor Mama and Papa hadn't stood a chance. Now Detective Strauss had given himself away. He knew more than he was letting on. Much, much more. Anxiously, the man jabbed the pen towards the girl. "Just sign the statement at the bottom, miss." "No." Stella was growing in much more confidence now. "How did you know that my aunt grew strange plants in the greenhouse?" Stella had turned the tables on the detective. Now she was interrogating him. "You are becoming delusional, miss. I never said anything about a lurking death plant." "Yes, you did," insisted Stella. At this moment, the detective was sweating like mad and his moustache seemed to be starting to peel off. The moisture had evidently dislodged the glue, and now the moustache was hanging off his upper lip. "Your moustache is coming off!" exclaimed the girl. "Don't be so absurd, miss. I grew it only this morning." And with that, the man turned his black bag and arranged the moustache back, and it was stuck on his upper lip. And when he turned round, he'd managed to put it back on, upside down. Yeah. "It's the wrong way up!" shouted the girl. As the man fiddled frantically with his fake facial hair, Stella snatched the piece of paper from out of his hand. Her eyes scanned it very quickly. It wasn't a police report at all. It was the deed to Saxby Hall. The very deed that her awful aunt needed to her to sign so it could finally become hers. "It's you, isn't it?" exclaimed the girl. "Very well, miss. Yes, it is me," the wicked woman purred, ripping off the thick framed glasses which formed part of a disguise. "Your loved Aunt Alberta." Da, da, da.
I knew it.
Oh, he knew it. And the next chapter's called Grizzly's Toupee. Until tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.